Well, hey, welcome. Been watching that Becoming Led Zeppelin documentary that's on Netflix. Just awesome. A lot of great footage that I've never seen. Jimmy playing his old Dragon Telecaster. A lot of footage and pictures of Jimmy playing one of these. This is sometimes referred to as the Stairway model. This is a Harmony H1260 Sovereign. This one I believe is a 1968. The date stamp was really faded, but that was the numbers I could figure out in there. And this is Harmony's great big jumbo. Not a dreadnought really. It's not quite a dread shape. It's kind of like a great big triple O or OM. But it's its own thing. And apparently Jimmy Page had one of these. And he just loved playing it. And he wrote a bunch of this stuff for the first 4 Led Zeppelin albums with this one here. It's just got a great long sustain. And what I like to do, I am one of those guys, for all you purists out there, we could get into an argument, I'm sure, and I'll get a couple of comments. I'm one of the guys that does the X-bracing. I've followed in the footsteps of a couple of other people, one of which is the famous one with the B name that, you know, gets a lot of money for his, and they're awesome. I've played a couple, and he's the master, and I kind of figured out how to do it, and I've been doing the same thing. What I do is I take these apart, and I replace all the ladder bracing with X-bracing. I love ladder brace guitars. I've got a beautiful 1938 Recording King built by Gibson that is just the ultimate honky-tonk bark. But I really just think with these that, you know, the X-bracing reduces the bellying that gets caused a lot of the time. It gets rid of the string through bridge, and it just helps to hold a longer sustain. You strum a chord and that just lasts forever. Ladder bracing is a lot punchier. I mean, it really records nicely. But for an all-around guitar, there's a reason that pretty much everybody's X-brace now. So, on the bench this went. This one was in pretty decent shape. No cracks. It needed a neck reset. The bridge was not lifting, but I put a new bridge on it anyway. First thing I do is the neck comes off. Very often at that point, I'll pull the fretboard and I replace the truss rod. This one didn't need that. The truss rod works. It seems to work perfectly fine. The nut was loose, so I left the original one in there. After the neck comes off, the binding comes off the back, and I take the whole back off. Then all the bracing comes out. The back bracing I reduce from 5 down to 4, just a minor little bit of weight relief. And then the top bracing, I take it all out, and I thin the top from the inside. So I've got a big long-handled caliper. I can reach all around and feel it, and I try to get this down to between 0.105 and 0.110 inches. So pretty thin. They're usually about 1/8 of an inch to start, but I go a little thinner. Then, while that back is off, it gets X-brace in a standard Martin pattern, so 89 degrees, 2 tone bars down in the belly, 2 transverse finger braces on the side. I left the original transverse bass across the top because, since the truss rod worked, I didn't need to replace it with one that has a truss rod access notch. So that's the original one. Bridge plate underneath is 1/10 of an inch thick, Maine maple. It's about the same size as the bridge. It's not a great big gigunda one like Gibson put in their New Orleans. It's just a thin, small bridge plate. Then I carve a bridge for it. Now this one, I had some Padauk laying around, and it's kind of an orangey colored wood, but by giving it a little hit of black ebony stain, it sort of matches the tone and the color of the Brazilian redwood fretboard. Now it's all very shiny right now because I've just finished the last bit of True Oil that I'm going to do just to seal up everything. So it won't be as shiny as this. What I'm going to do is wet sand it here in a little bit after this cures for a couple more days. And then I'll buff it on the machine. So it will have a good shine, but it won't be, you know, this same fresh shine. And that bridge will definitely get down a little more matte. But while I've got it up close here, I just want to show off all this awesome crazing. I mean, this thing is just unbelievable. You know, the Murphy Lab at Gibson, you pay thousands of dollars to get this genuine nitrocellulose finish crazing. No cracks on this top. This top was nice and clean. The center seam had opened up a little bit, so I hit it with a lot of humidity. I've got a hanger in my bathroom that my wife tolerates, and the humidity sealed it up, and then I cleated it just for good measure. And so that's all nice and tight now. But the crazing is unreal. I mean, it's all over. It's in the sides. It's on the headstock. I mean, let's see if we can get that. Look at that. Just perfect. Unbelievable. So this thing's been around the block. This is the real McCoy. And I just love the tone. They're loud. 25 1/8" scale, 1 3/4" nut, 2 1/8" string spacing on this bridge that I made, bone saddle, original OEM nylon nut, Tell me, who my age, and I just turned 60, who didn't learn how to play this in like 1976? 1968, Harmony H1260, the Stairway to Heaven guitar, Resto-Mod, X-Brace conversion. Dress the frets, clean the fretboard, reset the neck, new bridge plate, X-Brace, 4 braces on the back. Dig that spalted maple, spalted maple end cap wedge. I think I'm going to do one that matches for the truss rod cover. And I've got some different pick guards. I'm trying to decide which one to put on. I've got basic black, which always looks nice. I've got a red tortoise, and I'll see if I can't throw a couple pictures at the end. I've got one of those really cool looking kind of yellowish tortoise, and also a brown one coming. I think the yellow tortoise would really look cool on this beautiful old wood. Hey, thanks a lot for watching. This will be on my Reverb soon, but I'm going to enjoy that for a little while. Time for me to ramble on. Thanks for watching.